वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यस्य कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य शीला हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। शीला प्रभुपाद की जय। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. Please accept my humble obeisances. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devidasi from College Station, Texas, welcoming all of you to Bhakti Sangha conference call. I thank all of you for attending this session. Please forgive me for interrupting your ecstatic chanting. I would like to read the 10 offenses to the holy name which are to be avoided, written by Srila Vyasadeva in Padma Purana. 1. To blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their life of propagating the holy name of the Lord. 2. To consider the name of demigods like Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma to be equal or to be independent of the name of Lord Vishnu. 3. To disobey the order of the spiritual master. 4. To blaspheme the Vedic scriptures or scriptures in pursuance to the Vedic version. 5. To consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be an imagination. 6. To give some interpretation to the holy name of the Lord. 7. To commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name. 8. To consider the chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities which are offered in Vedas as fruitive activity Karma Kanda. 9. To instruct a faithless person about the glories of the holy name. 10. To not have a complete faith in chanting of the holy name and to maintain material attachment even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to achieve the desired success of Krishna Prema. Once again, I welcome all of you to Bhakti Sangha conference call. May I know who all joined this morning. Before that, I want to wish everyone happy Ekadasi. I know in India they are celebrating tomorrow, but in US we are celebrating it today. Happy Ekadasi. May I know who all joined this morning?
Hare Krishna. Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga and all the assembled devotees. This is Yashamati Priya Devi Dasi from Naperville and happy Ekadashi to everyone.
Hare Krishna, Srimati Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and giving your association. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Happy Ekadasi.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, Dandavat Pranam to you and all the devotees. All glories to Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj, all glories to assembled devotee. Happy Ekadasi to everyone. This is Mohini Lakshmi from Detroit.
Hare Krishna, Mohini Lakshmi Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining every day, giving your association. Welcome to the call, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharajis. My humble obeisances to you and all the devotees. This is Krishna Kumari Devidasi from Raleigh.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Kumari Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and giving your association. Welcome to the call, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj. This is Shyama Gauri Devidasi from Charlotte.
Hare Krishna, Shamagauri Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and giving your association. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Happy Ekadasi.
Happy Ekadashi to you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. This is Radha Pyari Devidasi from Baltimore.
Hare Krishna, Radha Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and giving your association. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Happy Ekadasi.
Hare Krishna Mataji and all devotees. I'm Sudhakar joining from Saudi Arabia. Happy Ekadasi to all of you.
Hare Krishna, Sudhakar Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisance. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for joining and giving your association. Welcome to the call. Happy Ekadasi.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Anjali Mataji, right? Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Mataji, for joining. I know your family is sleeping, but still you are there and you're chanting. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Is there anybody who would like to introduce themselves? Go ahead. And we will not end the call once the class is done. We will be waiting and we'll be reading Ekadasi Mahatya and then we will close the call. If I forget and by any chance if I end the call, please do join back again immediately because last time it happened, so I forgot and ended the call and immediately we joined back and we read again. If it happens, please do join back again immediately so that we'll start reading our Ekadasi Mahatya. So if anybody would like to introduce themselves, please go ahead. Okay, if nobody wants to introduce, I'll start the recording here. Hare Krishna everyone. Welcome to Bhakti Sangha conference call. Happy Ekadasi to everyone. Today we are very fortunate to have His Grace Sanatana Dharma Prabhu to enlighten us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam, 8th canto, 4th chapter and 1st verse. And we are very happy that today we are starting a new chapter and the chapter name is Gajendra Returns to the Spiritual World on the auspicious day of Ekadasi. We are very happy to start a new chapter. Before we hand over the call to Prabhuji, I request Sudhakar Prabhuji to take over from here and give a brief introduction about Sanatana Dharma Prabhu. Over to you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Sanatana Dharma Prabhu is a brahmachari monk, a disciple of His Highness Radhanath Swami Maharaj. Prabhuji is practicing bhakti for almost 2 decades. He holds B.Tech degree from NIT Trichy, one among the top 5 universities in India, and graduation also from Trinity School of Music, London, for the Western classical music. Prabhuji has worked in the Tata Motors formerly as a manager. Prabhuji has also rendered varieties of services in the past, like college preaching, youth mentoring, congregation preaching, center head, and youth preaching secretary and director also. He has completed various courses like Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhava, Bhakti Vedanta, teachers training course at all levels, and now teaches them to a variety of audience. Prabhuji loves to perform kirtans with his harmonium and guitar. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for that beautiful introduction.
Hare
Yes,
Krishna.
Prabhuji is nowadays regularly uploading his Kirtan videos on Instagram, I don't know, Facebook, WhatsApp status. We are very happy to see that. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Please accept my humble obeisance. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to your wonderful services. So, today's Ekadasi first. I don't know you are in which place now. Yeah, Canada, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, happy
Ekadasi.
Ekadasi to you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for your association on this auspicious day of Ekadasi. Very happy to hear your lecture on Ekadasi also. It was so nice, Prabhuji. I heard all the lecture. And only one request, you were telling the chapter numbers of Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita in Hindi. Instead of that, you can say in English because I don't know the numbers in Hindi. Like you were quoting all the numbers. So I
Actually,
don't know Hindi numbers, Prabhuji. I can
yeah,
understand Hindi properly, but numbers I don't know.
definitely. Even I
Explain,
learned
please, Prabhuji.
numbers recently only. So I'll do that. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Over to you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you, dear devotees. Usually these classes used to be in the evening for me. But now this first time it's like 6:20 in the morning. And there's a different experience.
For me also 6:20, Prabhuji.
So we are all in the same time zone. Nice. So we are in the CST Central Daylight Zone. Thank you so much, dear devotees, for coming and giving me this beautiful opportunity to begin our day with Srimad Bhagavatam this morning. And if devotees can turn on the videos, it'll be really encouraging. Thank you. We'll start with prayers without further ado. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupah Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishnapreshthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin iti namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaurtushe Namaha Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Swarupakam भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम्। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते। चेतां सुरतौ पंगोर मम मंदमतिर्गति मत्सर्वस्व पदाम्बोज राधा मदन मोहनौ तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदा देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयति गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्यमीश्वरं श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं। Hare Krishna. So, dear devotees, welcome all of you this morning for Srimad Bhagavatam discussion. And first time, I guess, this is the first time from the West that I'm giving this particular Bhagavad Sangha. And it's 6:20 in the morning for me, 6:25. So it feels a great experience giving Srimad Bhagavatam class and discussing this Bhagavatam with devotees in the morning. The first thing, wow, this is an amazing experience. So thank you for giving me this opportunity. I just wanted to ask Shamagori Mataji, Vinita Kandavika Mataji, if we discuss the summary also sometime, because I've got the first words, right? You read the
Yes,
summary.
yes, Prabhuji, we can do that.
Yesterday was summary.
It was done. Okay. Nice. All right. Because
The summary was
Mataji,
previous chapter.
previous chapter we did, right?
Yeah,
Prabhuji,
not for upcoming chapter. Not for upcoming chapter.
Okay.
So you are opening it today.
Yes. So summary as in like the introduction, the first.
No, that is not done.
So, but we do it? Do we do?
Actually, we keep it like suspense.
Suspense. Okay. But I don't keep things as suspense. Normally, when I get the first one, I will tell what is there in the chapter. But anyway, since it's your desire, we'll not go for it. We'll stick to today's shloka. Otherwise, I was planning on, breaking the suspense. Anyways, there is no suspense. Prabhupada is anyway going to. That's the nature of Prabhupada. Yes, he would go for the first, and whatever is going to come in the end, he's going to tell it. Right in the beginning, in the 6th chapter, this chapter is Dhyan Yoga, and Prabhupada tells Arjuna later on is going to tell this is not going to work for him. This doesn't work. Hare Krishna Mahamantra chanting only works. So Prabhupada anyway breaks all suspense, but I'll not do it because. So we will have today's shloka. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Daivim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatyuttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. So we are very fortunate to begin a new chapter. This is Srimad Bhagavatam, 8th canto, 4th chapter, which is entitled Gajendra Returns to Spiritual World. Hari Bo. Yes, and this is shloka number 1. So whenever a devotee is going back to Godhead, it's a very, very special experience. Devotee is departing. Lord's appearance and the Acharya's disappearance is very special. Yes, because the disappearance of Acharyas, they've entered Nityalila, their eternal pastimes with Krishna. And that is why it is very special. And that's the day when disappearance day, because we recount all the wonderful activities that the Acharyas have performed for us and the wonderful teachings that they've given us. So we express our gratitude. That's why disappearance days of Acharyas are very special. So here Gajendra is departing. Yes. Previously, Gajendra was Indradumna Raja. Sorry, I'm breaking a little bit of suspense because this chapter is about that. So he was doing silent meditation. Everything silent, quiet to himself, minding his own business. He had good realizations, but we definitely could not have understood his realizations. But now here is Gajendra, who openly spoke out his realizations, and they are recorded in prayers in the Bhagavatam. And thus we need to be grateful to Gajendra Raja, who was given their wonderful realization in the form of Gajendra Stuti. Yes, now he's departing. This chapter is about his departure and also his former birth. All right. Sri Shuka Uvacha Tada Devarshi Gandharva Brahmeshan Purogamaha Mumuchuhu Kusumasaram Samshantah Karma Tadharehe. We'll see the word to word meaning. Sri Shuka Uvacha. Sri Shukaji Goswami said, Tada, at that time. That means when Gajendra was delivered at that time. Deva Rishi Gandharvaha. The demigods, sages, Gandharvas. Brahma Ishana Purogamaha. Headed by Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva. Mumuchuhu. Showered. Kusumasaram. A covering of flowers. Samsantaha. While praising karma, transcendental activity. Tat. That Gajendra Mokshana. Hare. Of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Something really special comes to my mind. When do public gatherings happen here on the earth? Public gathering happens when there's going to be a new release of a movie. Okay, then people are all going for public gathering. All the people are there. Or going to the field. In US, it's baseball. In India, it's cricket. So when such kind of sports are there, everybody wants to go. World Cup. People are having all this craze that we will go. So people are flocking in big groups. Multitudes come there and they want to witness that particular event. Yes. So people want to relish together. So everyone comes down and comes. Okay, of course. Another thing that happens, a wonderful public event is very soon coming up. Yes, Rath Yatra. We're going to pull the cart of Shri Jagannath Swami Ki Jai. So many people come there. Yeah. So we see here that people come together in great multitudes when there is something very special. But do Devatas come that time? No, Devatas are not even interested. What are these people doing? Oh, there's a cricket World Cup. World Cup is World Cup, but people are not interested. Maybe gods are not interested. People may go here and hey, come on, this is nothing, useless. But if we were to see here, the demigods, their attention is caught by this particular activity. So here they have come to pay their respects to Gajendra as well as their devotion to Lord. Yes, everybody has come. Demigods of all different sectors, they have come here. And in fact, Brahmaji is coming, the senior most devotee, and Shiva, the topmost devotee. These two personalities are present means there is something really, really very serious. Yeah. So it's a very serious event. So how seriously should we take this particular event? And what are these demigods doing? All these demigods, they have come and they are showering their flowers. And usually demigods shower flowers when there is something very glorious that has happened. When Narasimha Dev Bhagwan, he delivered Hiranyakashipu, showering of flowers. Bhagwan Sri Ramachandra, he delivered Ravana, showering of flowers. When Krishna delivered Aghasura, we see from the heavens, all the demigods were showering flowers. So showering of flowers indicates a very grand celebration. It's a universal celebration. So this deliverance of Gajendra, that is Gajendra going back home, back to Godhead, is a very, very special pastime where the entire universe is celebrating Gajendra's reuniting with his beloved Lord. There is a particular Shastra, there's a Padyavali Shloka, which states that when a devotee meets another devotee, so when a person, I'm saying, when a person meets a devotee, he comes in contact with a devotee at that very particular point of time, the power of Sadhu Sangha and Nama, yes, the holy name, Brahmaji starts preparing a very special payasam, a very sweet rice for this particular person, because this person is now going back to God. But before even Brahmaji completes his preparation, before Brahmaji completes his kheer, his preparation, that particular person has gone back to Godhead. Hare Krishna. It's so fast. Teshamaham samudharta mrityu samsara sagarat bhavami na chirat partha maya veshita chetasam. This is a promise that Krishna gives in this 12th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, 7th verse. To those who are completely absorbed in my pure devotional service, like Gajendra, samudharta, I'm a swift deliverer. Bhavami na chirat. I don't take much of time. I swiftly come and deliver my devotee. I'm a swift deliverer. So fast that Brahma's kheer, his sweet rice preparation is not complete. And before that, the devotee has gone back to Godhead. Oh, I was preparing this wonderful sweet rice for you, but Prabhu, you're gone back to Godhead. It's over. It's so fast. He's very swift deliverer. Yeah, and while they're coming, what are they doing? What are the demigods doing? They're teaching us by example. They are samshantaha karmaha tat. So they are actually glorifying, they're doing kirtan together, Sankirtan. The spirit of Sankirtan is something that is repeatedly emphasized in Srimad Bhagavatam, and that's the conclusion also, right? Nama Sankirtanam yasya sarva papa pranashanam pranamo dukkha shamana tam namami hari param. So this is the spirit that the demigods have come together, and they're not just sitting quiet. They are performing Sankirtan. They're glorifying the wonderful activity and activities of Lord, especially how the Lord has delivered Gajendra. Tat, very special. Translation. Sri Shukadev Goswami said, when the Lord delivered Gajendra, the king of the elephants, all the demigods, sages, Gandharvas, headed by Brahma and Shiva, praised this activity of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and showered flowers upon both the Lord and Gajendra. There's a particular commentary of the Acharyas, which comes in the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, which says when Shiva comes, all the ghosts, hobgoblins, and the spirits, they also come with Shiva. So practically, when Brahma comes, Brahma brings all the people of the upper planetary system. And Shiva comes, he brings those people also with him because he also wants them to attend very important yatra. Very nice Sankirtan is going to go on. This is the, we can say, what we can call it. We can call it as a Kirtan festival. Very nice. Kirtan Mela. Sankirtan Mela is happening. Please go attend the Sankirtan Mela. So he brings all of them. So practically the whole universe was present here. This may not be mentioned, but Acharya mentioned sometimes in the commentary that Shiva brings all those people. Headed by, they're the two heads. He brings all people from lower planets. He brings all people from the upper planets. And thus, both of them, the two leaders of two different yatras, they come together for such important universal events. Right? And they're showering flowers both on the Lord and the devotee. Both are glorious. Yes, on Lord and Gajendra. Both of them, they're showering flowers. That's the beauty. So one quick lesson that we can learn out of this is everybody in this particular world wants to become special, glorious, famous, extraordinary. All desires are there somewhere in the core of everyone's heart. I want to become famous. I want the whole world to, chant my glories. The whole world should recognize me. This kind of feeling is there. Why? Because the tendency to imitate Krishna, the tendency to compete with Krishna is very prominent in our heart. Because of that particular tendency, this thing is there very much in our heart. Right? On the other hand, if you see, that is why it is said, Pratishtha Nari Sada Kuvari. This is a phrase which says, Pratishtha Nari Sada Kuvari. Pratishtha means what? Pratishtha means that worship. You say, Puja la Pratishtha, worship, adoration, and distinction. Yes, Puja la Pratishtha. So all these things people want in this world. But Pratishtha Nari, Pratishtha can be compared to a girl. Sada Kuvari. Kumari means an unmarried girl. Sada means always. This Pratishtha always remains an unmarried girl. Why? Because people who are wanting their own name, fame, glory, Pratishtha doesn't go and marry them. She says, no, I'm not going to give my Varmala. The girl comes with the Varamala. the garland. I'm not going to give it to you. And they keep running after her. Please, please, please put the Varmala on me. She's running away from them. But where is she running towards? The Pratishtha Nari is running towards those worthy personalities who are the pure devotees of Lord. Yes, actually they deserve the Pratishtha, but they don't want Pratishtha. Thereafter, they say, oh, this is all Maya. You don't want. So if you see here the picture, these are the worldly people who want name, fame, glory. They are running after whom? They are running after Pratishtha Nari, who is actually having a garland, Varamala. She wants to marry someone because she is Kumari. She is unmarried girl. So she's having a Varamala. Lakshmi ji, when she came out of the ocean, she was with the garland, unmarried girl. But she's also running. She's running away from this fellow, right? She's running away from this gentleman, and she wants to go behind his personality. And he's running away from Pratishtha, considering this is Maya. So thus she always remains single, unmarried. Pratishtha Nari Sadakuvari. But over here, if we find that Gajendra is receiving the worship as worthy as the Lord from all the greatest personalities of the universe because of his bhakti. And what do we actually sing? What is the last line of the Guru Vandana prayers? Heve Jash Gushuk Tribhuvana. Yes. So he's a personal Tribhuvan in all three worlds. All the three worlds, we find that this personality, Sri Guru, Srila Prabhupada, they are worshipped by all the three worlds. He's so glorious. So a person who becomes a pure devotee of the Lord is so very glorious. He is worshipped by all such personalities. So he is receiving the same worship that the Lord is receiving. That's the glory of bhakti. So thus, we do not have to be after Pratishtha. And he's running away from Pratishtha and he's running towards Krishna. Amazing, right? It's a nice cycle. Here is a person who wants Pratishtha, but Pratishtha is running away from him, but she's running towards the pure devotee of Lord. The pure devotee of the Lord is running away from Pratishtha and he's running towards Krishna. Hari Bol. Jai. This is so nice. So amazing. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. It is evident from this chapter that great sages like Devala Rishi, Narada Muni, and Agastya Muni will sometimes, not always, curse someone. All right, curse. This has a very, very specific theme, this particular chapter, very special theme, this purport of Srila Prabhupada. And we'll have a lot of good discussions on this. So I wanted to ask all of you a question. Can you please type in the chat different personalities who got cursed? Different personalities who got cursed. Yes? You remember? Okay. Daksha cursed. He didn't get cursed. He got directly got hit. He was not fortunate to get cursed. He cursed Narada. Okay, Daksha cursing Narada. I would take it that way. Parikshit Maharaj cursed by Shringi. Chitraketu cursed by Mother Parvati. Okay. Indra when he was cursed. He was cursed to become a pig. Okay. Sons of Kuvera, Nalakuver and Manigriv cursed by Narad Muni. Bhishma Dev cursed by who? Amba? She didn't curse. She took a promise that I will be the cause of your dying. Okay, same. Ahilya cursed by Gautam Rishi, although she was faultless. This Hoo fellow, Hoo crocodile was also cursed. 4 Kumaras cursed, Jay and Vijay. Okay. Upabarhana Gandharva was cursed. Nice. So nice. So many curses we are able to find. So many times Srimad Bhagavatam you find this, oh, there are more curses than even blessings. So many curses, beginning with a curse. What is this? Arjuna cursed to become Brihanlala. Yeah. Okay. And finally Gajendra. Hare Krishna. The same pastime that we are discussing. So if you see the curse, who has cursed, the personality who is cursing is not an ordinary person. Parikshit Maharaj cursed by Shringi. Shringi was a young Brahmana, but still, despite being a small Brahmana, he had so much of Brahmatej, so much of influence, so much of power. He had that. And we observe Chitraketu cursed by Mother Parvati herself. Parikshit Maharaj, Indra, he was cursed by Brahma to become a pig actually. Narad Muni, such a powerful. So many times it is the great sages who curse. And we often see this as seen, even when sometimes people have these television shows or movies made based on the Shastras, the histories. They show sages to be very angry people. They come, they have a kamandalu. Yes, a particular water pot. So they take some water and they breathe and they curse. They just spell a curse. Sometimes the sages, they take their genu, their Brahman thread, they break it and they give a curse. Yeah, we've seen that also happening. So there are different things we have seen as the curse is happening. But the whole purpose of this curse is coming in Srimad Bhagavatam is the end was auspicious. Even there is a phrase in English, all is well that ends well. Something ends well, concludes nicely, or that is very auspicious. So people talk like that. Even the Yadu dynasty was cursed. Yeah, so many curses. Right from first canto to last canto, we find curses. Right. So yes, sometimes curse someone. But in the Srimad Bhagavatam, you will find someone is cursing someone. Yes, this is always happening. But ultimately, we need to understand the nature of this curse. The curse of such a personality, yes, these great souls, such a personality involved is very important. However, is in fact a benediction. Number one, if one is not a great personality and curses, his curse will anyway not work. Yes or no? No, the curse is not going to work. Somebody is not a great soul, he is trying to spell a curse, the curse is not going to work, it has no value. But somebody is a great personality, their curses would work. But because they are great, great in what sense? Great because they are connected to the Lord. The greatness of a person, we know, the greatness of a person is estimated to the degree one tolerates provoking situations. They say that, right? That's how a person is great. Bhrigu Muni, he was testing the three lords. Yes, the three devas, Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. He tested them. And that was his conclusion, Bhrigu's conclusion. The greatness of a person depends on one's ability to tolerate provoking situations. And if you see, even the great devotees of the Lord, they are great because of being connected to that great Lord. Lord is great. That was his conclusion. Bhrigu's conclusion was Lord Vishnu or Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. He is the greatest. Yes. And even Lord Shiva says, Aradhananam sarvesham Vishnur aradhanam param. So the great are those personalities who are doing this param aradhana of Lord. Tasmat parataram devim tadiyanam samarsham. So devotees are also great because of their great connection with the Lord. Devala Rishi. So we find Asito, Devalo Vyasa. He is one of the authorities who knows Krishna is Lord. He's realized it. So is Narad Muni. He's great. He's practically present in the entire Srimad Bhagavatam. And he's preaching and delivering. He has practically preached and delivered the maximum people. There's nobody who has done so much preaching. He's Bhakti Shakti Avesh Avatar, Bhakti Shakti. And then there is Agastya. Yes, Agastya Muni. Yes, Agastya Muni. We find he's great spiritually also. He's involved in many pastimes. He's the one who's one of the gurus of Ramachandra. He's teaching Ramachandra Aditya Hridayam. Prabhu Ramachandra's ideal personality teaches us how he benefited from so many gurus. Yes, in Gurukula days, he took instructions from Vashishta. In adolescence, after completing Gurukula, he took instructions from Vishwamitra. When passing away, passing on to the forest, and also returning back, he took instructions from Bharadwaj. In the forest, he took instructions from Atri. While fighting Ravana, he took instructions of Agastya. And after returning, he also took instructions of Valmiki on Ramanam, the glory of the holy name. So different points of time, he took instructions from different sages. So Agastya is one of the gurus of Ramachandra. The purpose of Ramachandra was to finish the demoniac rule of Ravana. And at that particular point of time, it was Agastya who gave Ramachandra the Aditya Hridaya mantra. Yes, Aditya Hridayam. And after reciting those mantras, it's a very powerful mantra if one wants to conquer. Because Aditya here refers to specifically the son of Aditya Surya. And Lord Ram comes in the dynasty of Surya. And how the Surya destroys the darkness and darkness of ignorance and the darkness of the evil. Yes, similarly, Prabhu Ramachandra, he recites those prayers to destroy the evil of Ravana. That's very powerful prayers which are taught. So Agastya is also a great soul. And Devala has cursed who? Narad Muni, he has cursed, especially his curses Nalakuber and Manigriv. And Agastya has cursed Indradumna. That's why these names are mentioned. Slightly like Narad Muni is also cursed. Right? He has cursed people. But we need to understand that this is a blessing. And in fact, a benediction. Why? Why the curse is blessing? That is something we are going to analyze. First, we'll read this purport, then we'll see how all curses have been blessings. In fact, every curse is a blessing. Both the crocodile, who had been a Gandharva in his previous life, and Gajendra, who had been a king named Indradumna, were cursed. Yeah. But both of them were benefited. They both got benefit. What benefit? Spiritual benefit. If anything is making us benefit spiritually in our journey close towards Krishna, we are moving closer towards Krishna. You're on the way to Krishna. It accelerates our movement towards Krishna. Then that benefit is spiritual benefit. And such a benefit coming even at the cost of a curse is okay. There is no problem. So again, Indradumna, in his previous birth, in his birth as an elephant, attained salvation and became a personal associate of the Lord in Vaikuntha. My God. He became a personal associate of Lord. That's the blessing. See, Indradumna, he was also reciting some prayers. But he was murmuring it to himself. And that particular path would have taken him so many lifetimes. Bahunam janmanamante. Yanvan man prapadyate. So that particular path was something which was not what Indradumna Raja would have really benefited from. I would like to just show you a particular verse from the. This is a purport of Srila Prabhupada, but I've taken off some notes from there. Yeah, this is from the 12th chapter. The benefits of bhakti over jnana. So that is the subject matter. So I'm just trying to show you what notes I've taken. Just finding it. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Yes. Yeah. Bhakti has these 5 benefits over any other process. So I'm just copying it and we'll discuss. Indradumna Raja was performing some kind of mystic meditation and he was reciting some silent prayers. He was not doing kirtan. So these are benefits of bhakti over other paths. Bhakti is the topmost. So because of the curse of Agastya Rishi, he was performing something of mystic yoga. But because of that particular curse, he was given a chance to become Bhakti Yogi. From yogi to bhakti yogi. Highest path. Direct. He was meditating on some kind of Paramatma meditation and prayers. But here, his direct object became Narayana Akhila Guru Bhagavan Namaste. Directly the Lord, not his plenary expansion. And that particular path was very difficult. He had to be alone, in seclusion. It's there, the place where he was doing his meditation. Everything is mentioned in this chapter. Yes, he was the Raja of Tamiladesh. Yes. So Malayachala, that was the place where he was performing his particular meditation in seclusion. And it was very difficult, so many austerities. But here, it was so easy that even when he was in distress, his leg was caught up by crocodile, he was able to perform it. Safest. Why safest? Who can keep the child safe? There is a mother who can keep the child safe. So this particular path is the safest because Krishna directly came personally. It's a proof. Krishna himself came in the form of Hari, the son, the fourth Manvantra avatar, Tamas Manvantra avatar, Hari and Harimeda and Harini's son, Hari. He comes personally and safely rescues Gajendra and is the quickest. Yes, nobody can be quicker than Lord. This would have probably taken him how many lifetimes? We don't, lifetimes or how many years? How many years? How many lifetimes? We don't know. This was the quickest. And it awarded, why it's highest? Because it awarded in the highest destination also. The highest destination in the form of becoming a personal associate of Lord. Narad Muni says, when you do the bhajan, through his bhajan, he was able to attain 3 stages. The first stage was he got complete spiritual knowledge. It's there in the first canto, chapter number 5. Yes, chapter number 6 actually. Second, then he got certain mystic opulences, which will be helpful in the service of Lord. And number 3, he became a personal associate of Lord, doing his confidential service. So if you see here, this is a process that happens gradually. Whereas because of this curse, Gajendra could directly obtain this. And if he has got this, these two are already there. He could become a personal associate of Lord. So that was something which is so special. So was this a curse or a blessing? So that is why we call this terminology curse is a blessing in disguise. When does a person take a disguise? When you don't want to show up your form. Especially in dramas, people put different disguise. Suppose you are doing Ramalila, someone will disguise as Ramachandra, someone will disguise as Sita, someone will disguise as Ravana, Vibhishana, Hanuman. So different characters. So actually curse by grace sages is actually blessing only, but it's in disguise. It looks like a curse. But actually it's a blessing because it promoted him to such a high level. And what happened to Crocodile? Crocodile regained his status as a Gandharva. So there was no loss. You became a poor crocodile fellow, but he regained. But then what is the big deal? One may ask a question. So I was just meditating. It's not there in any commentary of Acharya, but I was just thinking, what did crocodile gain? He could see the Karuna of the Lord. Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu is an ocean of mercy. Why? Because he delivers from the ocean of this material existence. So he is the personality who got to see this Leela and take part in the Leela. See and take part. Wasn't it amazing? How many of you would like to see the live stream, not just live stream, go live and see this Gajendra Leela? Not easy, right? Want to see this? We are trying to visualize. While we are awake in the Bhagavatam class, I hope everyone is awake, no one's sleeping. We are trying to see, okay, what would happen, how the Lord would have come, how is Drishya. Thanks to Srila Prabhupada's many disciples, especially Jadurani Mataji, that we have so many picture plates. We have those pictures. And Prabhupada said these pictures are windows to the spiritual world. That's why we are able to visualize, we're able to see. But imagine, not just watching a live feed of this Gajendra Leela, but actually taking part. Yes, so he got to be a part of this Leela. He got to see the Leela, and most importantly, he got this opportunity to take shelter of the lotus feet of Vaishnava. Of course, he was doing it in a painful way. He was biting the lotus feet of the Vaishnava. But yeah, it was held. But he got, and ultimately got darshan of Lord. He got darshan of Lord. He got the taste of the lotus feet. Vinsena bhakta pada duliyara bhakta pada jal bhakta bhukta avashesha teen mahabal. So he was getting Charnamrit, continuous supply of Charnamrit for 1,000 years. Of course, it was mixed with a lot of blood, which was coming, but he was relishing the Charnamrit from Gajendra's lotus feet. Then he got the darshan of Lord. When the Lord came to deliver, he got the darshan. And not only darshan, he got a touch of Sudarshan Chakra. His head was cut by the Lord himself in the form of Sudarshan Chakra. He got that mercy also. So somehow or the other, he came in contact with the Lord and his pure devotee. So this contact is glorious. So Gandharva, he would have been just another Gandharva. Gandharvanam Chittaratha. So Lord Krishna even talks about Gandharvanam Chittarath. Chittarath Gandharva. We hear of Chitra Gandharva. We hear of Upabarhana Gandharva with Narada. We hear of this Huhu Gandharva. Yes. But out of all these Gandharvas, who could come in direct contact with Lord? Not many Gandharvas we hear who come directly in contact with Lord. See, he got an opportunity. He would have been just another Gandharva, an ordinary Gandharva. Now he got a special status. Oh, he has come back to Gandharva Loka, but he has come back after taking part in such a glorious Leela. He saw the Lord. Lord saw him. He got Lord's contact in the form of Sudarshan. Yes, he got Charnamrit for 1,000 years. He has drunk Charnamrit of pure devotee. Wow, so nice. So this is the glory he has got. And we also remember him for this reason. So he also became eternally famous because of this Leela. We find evidence in many places that curse of a great saint or a devotee is not a curse but a benediction. Now let us see the different curses that you all mentioned. So you all told Daksha cursing Narad Muni. Was it a curse? No, it is blessing. Narad Muni's goal was to preach. But the problem was he was not getting, just on lighter note, he was not getting visa for many places. He was not getting visa, some kind of PR, permanent resident. So what happened? Through this curse, Narad Muni became a traveling preacher. He had to keep traveling and preaching. So thus, this curse is blessing in disguise because the entire universe will get the mercy of Narad Muni. He'll keep traveling and keep giving his mercy. He doesn't stay in a place. So he became a universal preacher. Parikshit Maharaj getting a curse. Oh, because of this particular curse, not only Parikshit Maharaj, but each and every one of us sitting here, we are here to discuss Srimad Bhagavatam. That we are getting Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, and we are able to discuss this subject matters from Srimad Bhagavatam. We are having this Bhagavatam class. All glories to Parikshit Maharaj. It's because of this personality. Yes, he was so eager, inquisitive, and so serious to listen to these messages that Shukadev Goswami, a personality who stays only for that much time that it takes to milk a cow, he also decided to stay for 7 days and speak. Otherwise, normally people would get a class, but how many minutes of class? Only maximum 1 hour class, like how we have in Bhakti Sanjapa. No 7 days class. Maximum, because those people may say, okay, cow is giving milk slowly, so they may purposely delay it, but that's all. So the class duration was very less. And less time, how much wonderful nectar can we get? Not much. But 7 days of nectar is because of Parikshit Maharaj's curse. So this was glorious. Chitraketu getting cursed by Mother Parvati. Oh, that advented, because what happened? He was a king of the earth. Then he became the Vidyadharapati. And Vidyadharapati usually have more duration of life. So he would have been there in the material world for more time. But it was his desire that I want to reunite with my master Ananta very quickly. Yes. So one curse, and he could get united with the Lord and serve him eternally quickly. And also it showed us a very beautiful example that how despite one being in a particular body, consciousness can be broad. One can be a Udarati, a Krishna conscious devotee, even in a body of a Rakshasa or a demon. That's possible. Then we see Indra. Indra getting cursed to become a pig. Because that's so instructive to all of us. It became an instructive lesson to all of us. That what is the power of Maya? Maya can be so powerful. Indra became a pig and he was enjoying that. There also he became Pigendra. He became king of all the pigs. And he was enjoying. He was telling when Brahmaji came to him, he says, Indra, Prabhu, we are missing you. Please come. He said, come on, Brahmaji. Can't you see here? I'm the king of this gutter. This whole gutter, I give instructions. And here is my Mrs. Piggy. She comes and every day she feeds me very hot plate of stool. And I eat it every day. Such nectar. And look at my piglets. These are all my beautiful piglets. Yes, they every day call me daddy, daddy, papa, papa. They keep coming at me nicely. See how wonderful sounds they make. I'm enjoying this rasa. This is tastier than the heavens. So Indra showed us a classic example of how trying to be a lord of material world is no different from being a lord of gutter. Yes, trying to hold on to certain position and being a lord of something is as good as the gutter enjoyment. He showed this to us. And Indra was saying this is better. Hare Krishna. So he's such a wonderful instruction, powerful instruction couldn't have been there. Oh, Indra didn't say, Brahmaji, thank God you came. How? I was waiting when you will come and forgive me. I'm missing heavens. I'm missing Shachi, my wife. He never said that I'm missing her. I'm happy with this piggy wife. Yes. I'm missing the beautiful Nandakanan gardens. I'm missing the singing of Gandharvas. I'm missing the slokas of the Charanas. He never said anything like that. He was not missing anything. In fact, he was happy there as a pig. That showed us clearly, that shows us very clearly such a powerful instruction. So that was a blessing for us and even for Indra to realize. Sons of Kuvera, oh, we wouldn't be having this wonderful Damodar Ashtakam, how many shlokas it would have? It would have only 7 shlokas if they were not included with Damodar Saptakam. Kuveratmajam Padda Mochevayatva. So this particular shloka will not come. And actually Krishna being bound, although he is bound, usually a person who's bound cannot deliver others who are bound. Only an unbound person can deliver someone who's bound. But Krishna is not bound. Although he's bound, but he's not bound. That's why he could unbind Nalakuir and Manigriv. So this is, of course, this is the final part of the Damodar Leela. So they could take part. They every day could have darshans of the Lord and witness his sweet Balya Leela. They could have darshan of that. So many gopas and cowherd boys would go on top of those trees and play there. So they got their Charanadhuli and they were personally delivered by Lord Krishna. And they got a chance to offer personal prayers. Yes. So we all, whenever there is Guru's Vyas Puja, we write Vyas Puja offering. We may type in mail, we may write, yes, on pen and paper. But only very few selected disciples get a chance to directly offer it in presence of Guru. So similarly, demigods may pray to Guru. We always pray, Guru Ashtakam, we chant. But personal, when no one else was there, personal opportunity to offer prayers to Krishna, which comes in the Srimad Bhagavatam. 1-on-1, 2-on-1, sorry, it's not 1-on, it's 2-on-1. Because there were 2 of them. So that's a glorious chance you get. Yeah, so like this we find everything. Ahalya, she was also cursed. But she got, personally, Lord Ram changed the yuga. I'll come 1 yuga early. Just for you, I'll come 1 yuga early. So he changed the yuga, got changed for her. See how eager is the Lord to reciprocate. It's only for Ahalya that Lord Ram came early, 1 yuga. Acharya explained this. And she got touched by the Lord. Prabhu Sri Ramachandra is Ekapatni Vrat. He wouldn't touch any other lady. Yes. Of course, Sabari, I don't know if there was touch or contact with Sabari. But yeah, it was a salivary contact. She's like a mother. But another lady, Sadhvi, who got touch of Lord, was Ahalya. Otherwise, Prabhu Sri Ramchandra wouldn't touch any other lady. She got contacted with the Lord, the lotus feet of Lord, direct lotus feet, dust from the lotus feet of Ramachandra, who is a Purna avatar of Krishna. So that was a blessing. See, we see Lord's eagerness. Yes, Arjuna getting a curse, that was also a blessing in disguise. So because Arjuna is such a exalted personality that he would be easily identified. There's nothing called Ajnatvas. Duryodhan and party were very, very confident that if we Yudhishthir, Nakul, Sahadev can hide easily. For Bhima, it will be little difficult to hide because he's a very huge personality. But even he may disguise himself. But Arjuna he's so exceptional, he can easily be found. We can easily find where is Arjuna. But Lala was a perfect disguise for Arjuna. Yes, he becoming a eunuch. Perfect disguise. So helped him in his Ajnatavas. Upabarhana Gandharva getting cursed. There was no better blessing than this. Because of that particular curse, we got such a brilliant preacher who is preaching so much of Krishna consciousness. Yes, that curse wouldn't have happened, we wouldn't have got Narad Muni. Right? So thus we find here in the Srimad Bhagavatam that every curse is actually blessing in disguise. And that is the ultimate sum and substance of this purport of Srila Prabhupada. So many places we discovered the curse of great saint or devotee is not a curse but a blessing. So it's not only blessing to them, but blessing to the entire world, all of us. Yeah. So that is something which we want to conclude here. We have another 10 minutes, which we can have some question answers if there are any. If there aren't, we are opening the floor even for any kind of comments or some devotees, senior devotees, add something. You're most welcome. All right. So, Neena
Thank you,
Mataji.
Prabhuji. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, Dr. Over to you.
No, just saying thank you. I'm asking the devotees. I think Neena Mataji can ask a question here.
Hi, Krishna Prabhuji. Please go ahead. You were saying something, Prabhu?
He's facilitating question and answers, Mataji. That's why he was speaking.
Oh.
You can go ahead, Mataji.
Okay. Prabhuji, what a wonderful question. Thank you so much for your kind association and this beautiful day of Ekadashi. We are so blessed to have you, Prabhu. Prabhuji, I have two questions. One is a very selfish question. So you were kindly mentioning that Gajendra was focusing and he was meditating on Paramatma, as a result of which he was taking a longer route. So I'm talking about myself, when I generally chant the Mahamantra, I kind of like try to feel the mantra from within, which is like trying to focus on Paramatma. Am I taking a longer route? Because being materialistic, we are always trying to find a shortcut. Is there anything else, Prabhuji, that you would like to say how we can facilitate more?
So, very well. We need to understand, in case of Indradyumna Maharaj, he was meditating on Paramatma and he was performing his mystic meditation, which is actually a prerequisite for every Raja Rishi to undergo. Every Raja Rishi has Ashtasiddhis. Without that, they cannot become a king. That's a prerequisite. So he had learned it in his Gurukula and he was meditating on the Paramatma. And that is some kind of a Dhyan Yoga. Correct? But when we are chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, yes, we are addressing the Lord directly. But we don't consider Paramatma to be all in all. We are seeing Paramatma in connection to Krishna only, right?
Right.
Yeah, and in fact, it said in the Brahma Samhita, what is spoken in the Brahma Samhita? That in the Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilokchanena Santa Sadayeshu Hridayeshu Vilokayanti. What do you see in the Hridaya Santa who is having prema? Yam Sama Sundaram Achitya Gunaswarupam. So devotees, when they look into their hearts, they are saying Sham Sundar Krishna. For them, Paramatma is Krishna.
Right.
Yes?
Yes. Prabhuji, wonderful.
See, Paramatma and Bhagavan, what is the difference? Is Paramatma is personality, but he is not active and reciprocal. On the other hand, Bhagavan, Krishna, he is active, reciprocal. He is personal, active, and reciprocal. He reciprocates. So the reciprocation is only there when you have Bhagavan. So devotee is able to experience reciprocation because he is worshipping Bhagavan. Okay.
Actually, so when the mind calms down, so Paramatma becomes Bhagavan when he starts to reciprocate?
Well, we need to understand that when we chant, it's absolutely no problem to be aware that Krishna is accepting our devotion. Krishna in the heart is accepting our devotion. There is no problem. Yeah, absolutely no problem. And the very meaning of a Dhyan yogi is a person who is having a lot of admiration for the personality. On the other hand, such a person with admiration enters usually into Shantaras. On the other hand, we see the chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, the very meaning is kindly provide me some service in the four rasas. Our acharyas talk only of four rasas. We start with Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya, Madhuri. If you read Chaitanya Charitamrita, our acharyas, they talk about four muktis and four rasas. Sayujya is not considered as a mukti, and even Shantaras is not considered as a ras by our Gaudiya Vaishnava acharyas. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says only four and four. Right? So when we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we are actually praying to the Lord to give us service. So that yoga tendency of being in Shantaras, that is something which is negated automatically when we chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Is that okay?
Yes, Prabhuji, thank you so much. I had one question, but I don't know if other devotees have another question. If not, then I can ask the other.
Yes, you can go ahead. I don't see any chat.
Okay. So, Prabhuji, I had one fundamental question. Now, whatever happens and whatever we are studying in the Srimad Bhagavatam, it seemed they are kind of pre-organized. It's not taken randomly. Now, both the crocodile as well as the Gajendra were the devotees of the lords, and they were cursed. And for some reason, both the devotees were against each other. It seems like that. So, is there any mention of that, like what Gajendra had done, or how maybe Indradyumna had, while he was like offended the crocodile, and as a result of which this incident took place, or was it chosen randomly?
Okay. So first of all, we need to understand there's nothing called random event. Nothing can be random. And Lord can give us mercy to two devotees at the same time while actually putting one against the other. He can do that. He obviously can do that. So at least as far as I have studied, there is no mention. Whatever I've heard and read, I can definitely share. But there's no particular mention if Gajendra and this crocodile who they were enemies. No, there's nothing mentioned like that. But there were tendencies that didn't go. Yes. So who had this tendency to tickle the legs of sages? So that tendency did not go away. He continued to do that only. So this is one of the instructions that whatever previous tendencies you have had, that gets carry forwarded. And with those tendencies, there will be some kind of purification associated with it. And the Gajendra's entire this painful journey Gajendra is not just Indradumna Raja's next birth, but Gajendra is practically each and every one of us who are trying to lord it over this material nature. But what happens is the crocodile of time is actually swallowing us. We are not in the right environment, just like Gajendra was in the water. So this is actually very instructive pastime where we all understand this very clearly that Gajendra is all of us. It's our story, actually. It's our story. And who is playing that particular role? He's playing that particular role of, his tendency is getting carried forward. So his tendency is very much there. And Gajendra happens to get caught up in that particular tendency. Okay. Sudhakar Prabhu, with your permission, can I read two questions which are there? Okay. But Lord always uses such curses for benefiting of this world and the cursed one. Yes, you're right. We are playing Leelas with Lord, but you don't see Lord. So we think we are not playing any Leela. Okay, these are comments, not questions. Thank you for your beautiful comments, Supriya Mataji. One question by Devi Mataji. Thank you for this wonderful class regarding how curses are from pure devotees is a blessing in disguise. Could we also consider calamities or struggles in life as blessings in disguise, as they help us to turn to the Lord to do devotional service? Yes. Otherwise, someone of us will be still caught up in material life. Very true. In fact, even the demigods, if you look at them, Krishna overpowers them with the Asuric force. The Asuric force overpowers the demigods many times. Why? Because the demigods tend to get complacent. There's so much of bhoga and Aishwarya. But the moment the tide is changed, the demigods, they become humble, they unite together, they do perform Sankirtan, they perform their bhakti so much, and thus they are delivered. Happens, right? So whenever Krishna finds that we are getting a little cozy, comfortable, and lazy, then he might intervene with some kind of an so-called unfavorable situation in our material life, some kind of calamity, by which we become intensified in our sadhana bhakti. Yes, we should see it. That's why Advaita Acharya says, all obstacles are servant at your lotus feet. He tells this to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Yes. Grace Vinita Gandharva Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for such a beautiful class. I have a question, Prabhuji. Why is not crocodile did not go back? Of course, crocodile also got a benediction to get back its original position, but still, there are many demons Krishna has killed, and they all went back. Krishna himself killed, but he did not go back because it is also again in the material world, right? He's going to stay again in the material world. So why? Is there any specific reason to not to make him go back?
Yeah. So we have to understand certain devotees didn't go back to Godhead, but they attend pure devotional service. The reason is bifold. Number one, Krishna doesn't want to cause any disturbance in universal management. And number two, Krishna wants preachers in heaven also, right? So if you look at Dhruva, he doesn't go back to God. He remains in this material world in Dhruva Loka. He's present. He's present. Krishna needs good examples here also. And he also had a desire for universal administration. Krishna wants to give him a chance. You experience management. Please go ahead. If you look at Prahlad Maharaj, he's there in Harivarsha, Sutala Loka, and also in Vaikuntha. Prahlad Maharaj, Vaikuntha. Sutala is with Bali, Harivarsha he is with all the different devotees of Narsimdev, and he's present there. So he's kept him in different places for the purpose of preaching. Prahlad is purely for preaching, not for management. Then we look at Vidura, such a pure devotee of Lord, but he goes back because Yamaraj goes, who will do the service? He is doing so well. The universal administrative problem. So he doesn't go back. You go back and continue your service as Yamaraj. Right? And similarly, here, if you see Nalakuver, Manigrief, and Uhu, they all have some administrative role in this universe. So he wants them to play that role and also preach. Many times people ask, imagine everyone in ISKCON is only brahmachari. Will any of the householders feel like coming and joining this movement? No, this is all for these people. But that's why there's a wonderful variety we have. We have few brahmacharis and many, many grihasthas, wonderful grihasthas. So by looking at grihasthas, people feel, oh, we can also do bhakti. So people say, even in demigods, Devaloka, there will be complaints. Oh, here, so much of management. We cannot do sadhana bhakti. It's very difficult. But looking at Huhu, looking at Nalakuver, Manigriv, demigods will get strength. Oh, they are doing so nicely. They are preaching so nicely. Oh, maybe we can. Yeah, so for those purposes, the Lord doesn't send these devotees back to God. Okay.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Even the Yadu, many of the Yadus, they were devatas. Many of Vanaras were devatas, but they were reinstated back to you have got bhakti now. You got a good vacation. You are yatra with the Lord. It's nice yatra. You had this nourishing experience. Now please go back to your service. Yes, service for samadhi later. Go back. Do it. Yes. We'll take one last question by Sudhakar Prabhu. There's a comment by Revati Priya Mataji. Material breakdown for a spiritual breakthrough. Wow, nice title. Yes.
Prabhuji, I have a question not directly related, but it is indirectly related. What I heard from the other lectures of the Bhagavad Gita is that, we, the souls, are also tiny fragments of the super soul, or the divine, right? Which are the same character. So with this context, can we say that, I don't know, I'm just only asking, I don't know, the human form is also like a blessing, it was said in Bhagavad Gita, right? So it is like a blessing or it is a curse for us, because the original of the soul, like we all, from where? Somebody, we are originally parcel of the God, right? I
Yes.
don't know for what reason we have landed into this material world or the lower forms of the species like animals, trees, and other things. So when compared to those kind of species, the human form is considered to be better. That's what we learn in Bhagavad Gita, right?
Yes.
So that means in a way that somebody has cursed us or somebody has blessed us. I confuse a little bit. I don't know. Maybe it's a stupid question, but if you can, you understood what my doubt is?
I think I did. So is human body a blessing or a curse?
The human form of life.
Is it a blessing or a curse? How do we take it?
Yeah, Bhagavad Gita says it's a rare opportunity to get human form. That is one statement.
Yeah,
Okay.
correct.
So
At the same
that
human body itself is an embarrassment for the soul. The very fact that why we say we are fallen. We are fallen because we are in a material body. We are uncovered by this. We are covered by this material body. That's why we say we are fallen. So we have to smara nitya nityatam. Even the Niti Shastra says we need to meditate on this fact that we are covered by ignorance. We are, right? So now, if suppose Sudhakar Prabhu, according to you, we say if I got cursed, then it is a blessing in disguise. Curse is blessing in disguise. So can we take this material body as curse so that we understand this blessing in disguise? Is that your question?
yeah, sometimes I feel that it's a blessing. Even the human body, the current body, it is not divine body. It's a blessing because you will navigate through with this body only to the spiritual world.
Correct.
From that angle, I think that is a blessing.
It is.
Of course, there are risk factors. My energy is very powerful, so you get entangled. There is a risk. That's what I understood so far. So that's what I was asking. So this, what I understand from today's lecture is, the curses by the pure devotee is always a blessing. The curses by ordinary people is not a blessing. Could be something else. Is it right?
Yes. Yes. Actually, curses from ordinary people not work. That's what I'm trying. It will not work. So curses only work for a great soul, and that has to be a blessing. Number one. So yes, our attitude in Krishna consciousness is we should see everything as a blessing, or everything as a gift to be offered in Krishna's service. Yes. So Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he had spoken. He had told a devotee, who is the devotee will sure shot go back to Godhead, who has this particular consciousness, who considers Lord as his object of meditation, number one. Number two, considers spiritual world as his home. And number three, who considers everything in this material world, including one's body, to be gifts to be offered in Krishna's service. We have these three things. This is actually the sum and substance of all the scriptures. So Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur, he told that anyone who has this conception is definitely going back to God. Okay?
Thank you,
yeah. So this we should see it as a gift only. All right. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
So devotees, if there's no questions, I think with Prabhuji's permission, we can end the call.
Oh yes. Thank you so much. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki.
Panchakalpatarubhyasya कृपासिन्धुभ्यश्च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो
वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय श्रील
जय
प्रभुपाद
श्रील
की जय।
प्रभुपाद की, सनातन
श्रीमद्
हरिदास
भागवतम
श्री सनातन धर्म प्रभु जी की जय।
जय।
Class, we will not end a call here.